everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today we are getting busy doing some planters for the brick patio, which is full west-facing sun. So to help reduce the maintenance, I thought that I would give a new pot a try. This is the Aqua Pots. It's from the Proven Winners program. Jack Barnwell is the inventor of this, and I met him in March when I was in Michigan, and I was really excited and inspired to try this container. You can see it's really beautiful. It's also really heavy. So this is definitely like once you got it planted, leave it where it's gonna be, move it with a dolly, don't hurt yourself kind of pot. And essentially the idea is it's a pot with no holes. So this would not be good to use in the winter, but in the summer, works really well. You've got this insert that literally fits in. You fill it with soil, and then you water through this snorkel. And that's basically what makes it so that water stays in the reservoir and it waters from the roots up. I've never used one before. I think that it's totally worth a try. And for this container, we are going to do a Mexican lime tree. I've also got a trial dahlia. This is Dahlia Revelation Soft Orange. And I've got a trial basil, which this is one from Burpee Home Gardening called Basil Pesto Party. So I'm really excited. It's a brand new variety of basil, and having it right on the back porch will be really handy because it'll be grill adjacent, ready to be able to serve. So what we're gonna do is fill this container with soil cube, get the plants planted, and then we're gonna wheel it over to its long-term spot. So stay tuned for our progress. Okay.
Well, I was just sitting here looking at the aqua pot and I was like, what needs water? Well, we have cranberries and we're planting limes. And cranberry lime was my favorite soda growing up. So we're gonna add a cranberry to this pot and it'll be a perfect addition that will probably use up some of the excess water that might be in the bottom and could potentially harm these other plants. So we'll give this a try.
You're brilliant. Savannah is a pot moving expert. And then we're gonna put it in that corner behind you on the little feet, even though this pot doesn't really need feet because it doesn't drain. The good thing here, I control the water. It doesn't get rained on, so it shouldn't flood.
Oh, look at that. The final product.
It looks so good. All right, so Savannah, now we're gonna deal with this pot. And here's the deal. I made a video last fall. I was really proud of myself. I was like, oh wow, I just did something really practical. And I inverted a container in the bottom of this so that I didn't have to fill the entire thing with compost. And at first, that worked out really well. However, this pot has been impossible to keep watered because there's not enough soil to sustain the root mass. And planted for the summer, there is no way, if I put a tomato in here, that it would be able to survive with, you know, only a couple of like 1 foot of soil versus the entire profile. So I'm gonna basically say this myth is debunked, that you're better off, you know, in a large pot, filling the bottom up with something that isn't soil, because honestly, long-term, it makes for worse maintenance. This has been needed to be watered at least once every single day. And this is a pot that's large enough that really you should be able to at least skip a day in between waterings. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull this entire thing out. I'd like to replant the snapdragon. I have a real thing for snapdragons. I can't help it. I think they're beautiful. And we're gonna fill the entire pot with soil cube once and for all, so that moving forward, this pot will be less maintenance. So the entire thing pulled up, no problem. You can see the roots are completely filled, and that dumb pot
It's still so dry right now.
And the pot is, look at, it's filled with slugs.
Ew.
I'm not gonna do this again. I thought it was a good idea, but I've decided it's not a good idea. So we're gonna do a better job now, you know. And we will. Oh, that was so easy. I think what we might do is just take out this is triticum. Sorry, triticole. So this is rye hybridized with wheat. And we will go ahead and harvest the seeds.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a cool grain. It definitely would have done better in a pot that had the entire profile filled with soil. Lesson learned, everybody. Just fill your pots once and for all. You don't have to get rid of your potting soil in between each season. But when you do it like this, now I have to fill the entire thing all over again. So it's actually double more work. So, myth debunked. All right, so we've got the pot about 3/4 of the way filled. We have more soil cube to add. But we've got this great new beefsteak tomato from Burpee. Just arrived yesterday. And it's called...
We can't say it.
Yeah, we don't know. Is that Love Gormanson Sunrise? I'm just gonna call it Sunrise from here on out. But tomatoes are so good to plant deep. So we were thinking we might plant the tomato at this depth and then really like bury the stem quite a bit. So we'll get that planted first, and let's do that kind of towards the back, just because, well, tomatoes take up a lot of room eventually. And just like that, we've got this planter redone. And again, we've got lots of trial plants. We have that same dahlia. We're tucking all the tags into the pot so it's easy to check. We've got a pepper, that tomato, and then this Savola from Proven Winners. And I think these two containers here on the back patio are gonna really look nice. And they're gonna be easy to water because there's a hose right here. Well, everybody, I hope you'll be inspired by this really simple patio pot for the summer season. I'm really excited to see how these two pots do comparatively. So we've got the big pot filled with soil cube that has drainage holes. And then we've got the new planter, which was called what?
Aquapot.
Aquapot.
Took a moment.
I know. And that doesn't have drainage holes, and you water it through the snorkel. So I think it's just going to be really fun to see how these two pots perform. They're different technologies, but both really beautiful, and they have awesome combinations.
I'm excited too.
Well, thanks for your help. You guys, this has been the best week to have Savannah back. Oh. And wish her well with her new internship, which starts Monday, right?
It'll start in a couple weeks.
Okay.
But I'm doing something else Monday.
All right. Well, it's been my joy to have you back. I'm so glad. You can always come and spend time in the garden.
It's been such a good time.
Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Happy gardening.
Bye.